Is that real? What are you? What is in your hand?
Lindsay, that's what.
Oh my God.
Halloweekends is back at Cedar Point, biscuits. Yeah! Welcome back to America's Roller Coast, where as soon as I got into the park today, after driving up from Chicago and getting it from Dollywood last night, this is what happened. Biscuits, listen, formal intro incoming. I just got back to Cedar Point for Halloweekends. Thank you so much, Cedar Point, for having me. Top Thrill Dragster just opened, and we're gonna put our stuff in a locker, and then I will talk to you after. Well, welcome back to Cedar Point, biscuits. Yeah! I'll see you after Dragster. I mean, what a way to start the day. Coming into the park, Dragster opens right away, and then on top of it, I got a back row ride. If that's not a sleigh of a way to start the day, I don't know what is. Speaking of sleigh, I am prepared to be slaying tonight. Not only are we at a Halloween horror event, but I am here sans person. I am here solo, which for me never really goes well, and I have this awful problem. If you saw my Universal Studios video, you saw I have this awful problem of not being able to stifle my screams, and when you don't stifle your screams, that only makes things worse. So what could possibly go wrong tonight? Before we go any further, I have to give a massive shout out to Cedar Point. Thank you so much for having me out to get to experience Halloweekends. I am so excited to be here, and biscuits, buckle up because we got a lot to do. We've got scare zones, haunted houses, we have the brand new Conjuring experience that we're going to be able to get to do today, which is a 20-minute interactive haunt that, oh my goodness, I really hope. I'm going to have to do some stretches and calisthenics, I fear. So much has changed since my last time at Halloweekends when I was in college. I'm not even telling you how long that was ago, so I'm excited to see what's new, get to experience the houses, the Conjuring experience. For our younger biscuits, there's also a treat trail, a pumpkin patch. We've got a whole lot to do. We got to get to step, and I'm going to take you around the park to get to see some of the theming, and as long as I get out of here with somewhat of a voice and some of my pride still intact, I'm going to call that a win, dears. Ready? I'm not, but here we go. So Top Thrill Dragster is done, and here's why it's going well already. Here's why that's beneficial. It's getting really, really windy, and some of the rides, Dragster being one of them, can be really persnickety in the rain. So the fact that I was able to knock it out in the rain, Jeremy, my goodness, in the wind. So the fact that we were able to knock it out before it could potentially get too windy, which is in the forecast, is a great thing. Number two, I was able to hold on to one of my fast lanes. So I'll be able to use that tonight on Siren's Curse, which I must get a night ride on tonight. For now, we're going to do a couple things. I'm going to need a little energy boost. I'm going to need a little food boost. So we are going to do that, and in the meantime, we're going to look at some of the decorations that are around the park at the moment. Y'all know I love a show. This is going to be The Shriek's Contamination. They say it's recommended for 14 and above. We have to get to this tonight. Honestly, biscuits, looking at the midway already, you can just kind of sense and feel how crowded it's going to be today. But thank you to Cedar Point once again for allowing us to be able to experience the Conjuring experience early on in the night, and then hopefully we're going to be able to have some express moments for some of the haunted houses as well. So stay tuned. Right over here to the left is going to be the pumpkin patch. So this is going to be a family-friendly area where it looks like you can grab some pumpkins and decorate them, which is fantastic. Oh yeah, pumpkin decorating. It says right here, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, 11 to 7. I love that. Then here at the Kitty Kingdom, this is where the tree trail is going to be. So right out front, there is a team member that's handing out bags for the candy, and then it looks like you start to make your way in from station to station, and then there are going to be other team members that are going to be giving out some treats. This is wonderful. And then, hello Frankie, how are you? Let's talk some business about Halloweekends here at Cedar Point. The price to be able to experience, if you did not know, so along with your entry ticket, unless you are a pass holder, it does cost to be able to access the houses and the experiences. But here's the thing, it's on a sliding scale, so depending on the day you go, depends on how expensive the haunts are going to be. So I believe it can be anywhere from $10 on a slower day to upwards of $30 on a higher traffic day. And then the Conjuring is also going to be of an additional cost. But here's the thing, if you're coming to Halloweekends, especially on a weekend, I cannot recommend considering doing fast lane for the haunted houses. I believe it's called the Haunt Pass. I need to look, just to be able to not only expedite your way through the haunt so you can be able to hit all of them in one night, but also with with the Express, you're able to access the Conjuring without the additional fee. So just something to keep in mind, especially if you want to do the Conjuring experience. And then I've been hearing from people already that the line for Conjuring not only has it been very popular, but the line gets quite long. So we're going to have to see that tonight, but keep that in mind, that you do have to pay an additional cost to access the houses. But then if you do choose to skip the line, your experience with the Conjuring will be included in that, which is fantastic. Oh my goodness, and we have the Cedar Point graveyard. We still have the Mean Street train. I haven't seen that in so long. And then we've got the Sky Wheel, which I left in the 80s. And then we have Mantis. Now Mantis is still here technically as it's a Rougarou, but this is going to be the lead car of the stand-up train. And then what else do we have around over here? Frontier Lift, never experienced that. Hey, what about that? Oh, maybe the Demon Drop doesn't count because it was relocated, but I love this when you get to see the fun house. Wicked Twister, no! Bring back Wicked Twister! I love when you get to see little Easter eggs like this and they give homage to what has been here in the history of the park. When you get to see ride pieces or ride mementos up close, like this is like the biggest nerd out moment for me, especially when it's like Mantis or Wicked Twister, two coasters that I actually really loved. But I love that. I love it. Six Flags Great America does this too, but I love getting to see this because I don't recall seeing this last time or ever, if I'm being honest. There's a Wildcat train. Oh no! So the Wildcat used to be where Val Raven and, I don't know, I'm going to say Siren's Curse, where Siren's Curse sat, and now it looks to be a planter, which I guess you'll have to see that, dears. Mill Race did not do that. Shoot the Rapids, that was very short-lived. Boy, I think I went on that once or twice. It was a water ride. It did not go well. Okay, let's keep going. Here's going to be a preliminary look at some of the queues. Iron Dragon is on a full queue right now. Oh boy! And then over here, here's the thing. Siren's Curse says 45 minutes and then Fastlane is 20. I don't know if I believe that. I just don't think it's been adjusted yet. But just if you're coming to Halloweekends, if you come in knowing that it is going to be crowded, then you are going to be just fine. However, if you do not come to Halloweekends knowing just how potentially crowded it would be, that can greatly hinder your time here. So just come in prepared that it's going to be crowded, there are going to be lines, and if you have the means to be able to expedite the process in line and purchase a fast pass, then absolutely do that. Oh my goodness, the troll was moved. This used to be over on like the main stretch of, oh hey, look at that. This used to be over on the main midway, and honestly the troll does look a little different. I don't remember it doing this last time, but this is absolutely terrifying. Over here at the Red Garter Saloon across from Millennium Force, they have a show called Fangs After Dusk, and on Fridays and Saturdays they have shows every hour beginning at 7:30. Sunday they have 3:30, 4:30, 5:30, and 6:30. So this is another show we're gonna have to try to get to. I'm not sure how new this is, but they're doing trail rides here. As in, like, you can get on a horse and ride, and they had a team member that was guiding on the whole, like, that is very new. I have never seen that. What a cool addition that is. So here's going to be Blood on the Bayou. This one is new to me for sure. Oh, there are the horses, okay. And so it looks like you're going to be entering over here, and it's going to take you around here. No idea what to expect. This is the old grounds of Snake River Falls, the water attraction. So I'm curious to know if maybe if it takes you around the track, and that's going to be the basis for, or up there it does look like there's the loading house for the old ride. So I'm very curious to see what it's going to do, where it takes you, and just how scary it's going to be. Oh boy. If you're not going to be starting at the Conjuring, Cornstalkers is usually a fan favorite and very, very popular. The last time I came here, I want to say we waited almost 2 hours for Cornstalkers, so this could be a really good place to start. Now, it is in the back, so it is a little far away from things, but if it is as popular as it has been in the year prior when I was here, this could be a really, really great place to start. So you can knock out this, Blood on the Bayou, and then start making your way back. I'm going to have to get my bearings a little bit more. I'm not sure what's over in this direction, but that could be a really solid 1-2 punch to start, but we're gonna have to see. Something that would also be new to me this year is gonna be the Freak Show. I don't know how long this has been here for, and I've never experienced it. Then Thursdays and Fridays 8 p.m. There's only one show. Oh boy, Saturdays 6 p.m., Sundays 5 p.m. So that's really, really good to know that there is only really one opportunity to catch this. And just seeing the shows that are here, this is already starting to feel like a multi-day, you come for the weekend and do multiple days, just because it seems like there is so much to do and so much to cover. We're going to try to cover everything that we can tonight, but it's great to see that there are so many offerings here, but that could also be to the detriment sometimes if you only have one day, so we're going to have to pick and choose, but we're going to do everything that we can. Okay, biscuits, so here is going to be where the Conjuring Beyond Fear is going to be, right over here across from Skyhawk, and then right in front of me here is going to be the queue for it, but then what you are not seeing that's right over here to my left, oh, I don't even know directions, to my right, is going to be the queue that has already started for it, which currently I don't even know how far it goes. And this is hours away from opening. Not hours, I want to say it's a couple hours away from opening. I don't think this opens early, but I'm not sure. I have to check to see what time, and then this is the beginning of the queue. So this is really good to know. Again, I'm going to have to check to see what time it opens, but this is wild. On one hand, I'm great to see that people are so excited about this experience, but wow, this line is insane. So, the more you know. Biscuits, first of all, I'm gagged by the fact that this is currently the line for Cedar Creek Mine Ride, but then this right now is the back of queue for the Conjuring. So some things that you need to know, this needs to be your sign to purchase your Conjuring tickets ahead of time. So I talked to a friend in the front who's been in line since 3 p.m. It's about 3:50 p.m. right now. At 4 o'clock, that's when they're going to not only start checking people in for their groups, because it is done on a time slot basis, but that's also going to be the time that you're able to purchase a ticket if they're available. So there's a chance that you could wait in this line, and if they don't make an announcement to say that the Conjuring is sold, you could wait in this line, make it all the way to the front, and not be even able to get a ticket to be able to get to experience it. So take this as a sign to plan ahead, buy your tickets ahead of time when you know you're going to be coming to Halloweekends, so that way you for sure 100% get to experience the Conjuring on your visit. So my goodness, this is wild! We're over in Frontierland. It's a little after 4 p.m. and first we have the media meetup here at the Palace Theater, and then at 6 o'clock they're going to be bringing us back to the Conjuring, I believe. So I believe we're here from 4 to 5, and then I think we head over to the Conjuring after that. I'm not sure, but I think so. But let's go in, let's go see if we have some friends here and get some food. I'm ready to eat. I am so hungry. I have not eaten since I got Dunkin' Donuts on the drive up here. I only got 2 snack wrap wake up wraps, the turkey sausage one. It was delicious, but I need more food. Okay, let's go in. Here's already the spread. We got some fries, barbecue pulled pork, we've got hot dogs, and then we've also got some chicken wings. I am so excited. I am so hungry. You better believe we are getting into all of this. And then the theming and the design, all right. Oh boy, y'all, I'm in trouble. So we have a s'mores hand pie right here that looks delicious. Trust me, it's already on the plate. You can also get it with ice cream if you choose. Here are going to be some of the specialty drinks. I'm going to have to ask about those, but then one of the desserts of my dreams, this is going to be a crispy peanut butter haunt. I'm assuming it is going to be like a chocolate rice crispy, and then a peanut butter center, delicious. I have also never had a drink from one of these little medical bags. Who knows, maybe tonight it'll be in the night. Here at Cedar Point is unique because we have resorts and people are staying overnight, families come from all over, so we want to make sure that people are really aware that we have daytime activation for most of the day until 7 o'clock, but we also have the scary stuff, but it's not all scary. I mean, that's kind of the important messages we're trying to let our guests know and potential visitors know so that they come prepared. Next to me is Colleen Murphy-Brady. She is our park manager. She is in charge of everything operational that happens here. She's the boss. Say hi. Hi. And next to her is our executive chef, Chris Carr. He and his team put all this food together. Say hi to Chris. Hi, Chris. This is our newest attraction for Halloweekends. We're doing this at several of our other parks as well. It brings the Conjuring movie franchise into the park, so if you're a fan of those movies, you're going to love this. If you've never seen those movies like me, you will still be terrified. It's a combination of an escape room experience and a haunted house. So this isn't a conga line going through like everybody else and just getting in and out as fast as possible. This is an experience. It's about 20 minutes from beginning to end. And essentially what you're going to do is you're going to help the paranormal investigative team collect artifacts and put them back in the box and make sure Annabelle doesn't get out of her box. She needs to stay there behind us and not come out. Okay, there's 6 more. Jeremy. No! this gonna make it in the video? You better believe it! First, really quickly, because we have to leave the theater, we have to talk about the food. The food for Halloweekends, unbelievable. My favorites are probably going to be like the fries. They were dusted in a Frank's Red Hot seasoning, blue cheese. They were spectacular. The wings are delicious. I feel like they had like a little bit of like a peanutty flavor to them. Those were delicious. The s'mores, cookies, the hand pie, and then that chocolate peanut butter dessert. It was like a thick Rice Krispie with chocolate intermixed in there, so it was really dense, and then the peanut butter sauce in the middle. Everything was good. Oh, the burger had like a jalapeno popper on it too. Really fantastic selections. There are other selections around the park, different parfaits and just different specialty food items, and I love to hear that they're doing things in a more scratch way rather than doing things that are just completely commercialized or processed or in bulk. So I love to hear that they are making more things in-house rather than ordering out and then freezing them and then serving them. So that's really fantastic to hear that they're taking that step in terms of the food. And it shows, because everything that I had on this plate, that is, oh, the face tracker, on this plate, that is, what is going on here? Oh, it keeps tracking my face. Everything I had was spectacular, but now we gotta get out of here. We're gonna head over to the Conjuring, so I'll see you there. Well, biscuits, we are about to head into the Conjuring. I am terrifying. My hands are sweating. My back is sweating. I know that that's TMI, but here we are. And then the best thing is we're gonna be able to record a little bit. I am not gonna show you everything in succession, but I'm gonna be able to show you bits and pieces. And hopefully part of those bits and pieces do not involve me falling on the floor or screaming or both. So here's to hoping next time you see me, it will be as we are going into the Conjuring. So be prepared. Here we go. Hi, I'm back already. Listen, also something to note, they can gently touch you. You may not touch the actors, but they may gently touch you. So just keep that in mind as you're going to be going into the house. They may gently touch you. Okay, now that we've got this all out of the way, I need to gather myself and get it together, and I will see you inside the Conjuring. Ah! Tony Clark is coming. That's so cool. No, absolutely not. No chance. I almost no chance. Nope. Nope.
Warrants, documented world-famous investigations have shaped our understanding of the paranormal. These cases, each meticulously recorded, provided a glimpse into a hidden world much.
I hate it.
I was starting to think I completely lost my mind. Everybody just behind the desk best we can. Yeah.
No. Oh my god, I hate it.
Now listen. Do you guys feel that? Okay, listen to me. Annabelle is out. Now she is a beacon for the other demons, which means we need to find her and we need to get her back in her case now.
I'm not going! Ah! Ah!
That's not it.
Brady? Ah! 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 Oh my god! Ah! Ah! Oh my god! Yo, we need to talk about the Conjuring. I know it's dark out, and the last time you saw me, it was light. After the house, I went off with a couple friends. We just went on Siren's Curse, and then I walked back here we're gonna start going into all the other houses. I believe we have 8 that we have to check off. We're gonna start over back by Steel Vengeance, and then start working our way around to the front of the park. But we gotta talk about the Conjuring. We're not gonna even drag this out. The Conjuring is easily the best haunt experience I've ever experienced in a park, period. And it quite honestly might be one of the best haunts I have ever done. I have to give a shout out to a few people. I have to give a shout out to Brady from Cedar Couple, who I know many of you know and love. I have to give a shout out to Matt, Arcade Matt, who a lot of you know and love. And I have to give a shout out to Tony Clark for just for going through this experience with me and just I'm honestly at a loss for words because there really isn't anything like this. It kind of fuses an escape room with a haunt, but it's not necessarily where you're stuck in a room until you figure out the piece. you have a character that you meet along the way that is essentially a guide in the entirety of the haunt, the movie, etc. That's really all I'm going to say. It is 100% a 20-minute experience, and it is also 100% every bit worth the price. This is one of the most terrifying things I've experienced. This is one of the most creative things that I've experienced. Cedar Point, and I'm assuming the other parks, have a major hit on their hands. If they're anything like this, Kings Island, for example, has a similar attraction, only it's a completely original story. If this is the direction where haunts are going, I'm completely blown away. Will every haunt turn into something like this? No, probably not, because that's what makes this completely unique and unlike anything else in the park. But it is worth, oh, that was Skyhawk. I was like, what is that? My goodness. But this, I'm going to be thinking about this for a long time, and you better believe I will be back by the end of this season to get to experience it again. Come to Cedar Point, come to Halloweekends, plan ahead of time, because remember again, this sells out. This will sell out. You can try to buy a ticket in line. You can try to come here early. People were in line as early as 3 p.m. to get tickets at 4 o'clock. It was backed past Cedar Creek Mine Ride, and it sold out for the night. People are waiting hours for this. Do it. Plan ahead of time, get your tickets early, and come and do this house. You are not going to want to miss it. I don't know how anything is going to beat this tonight, but we are going to go around and we are going to go find out. We are going to head back now to Steel Vengeance, and now I'm all by my lonesome, and we're just going to try to breathe and get through it. I'm going to take you through the scare zones, but let's go knock it out, y'all. Let's go do it. Now, Biscuits Bloodbath is up next, and we are skipping this entire line. Thank you so much, Cedar Point, for the Express Pass, but we are pretty much already up here towards the front, and we're going to be heading into Club Morpheus. Bloodbath up next. Wish me luck. Here we go. Bloodbath, check, and also the views that you get of Vengeance are amazing. Actually, while I'm here, why don't I just show you that as I am talking? We will do two things at once. I can do that. Bloodbath was great. So it has kind of like a club vibe to it, club atmosphere. There are definitely some jump scares. I'm going to give it like a 6 of 10, but as a whole, I enjoyed it. Oh my goodness, I kind of got to get it. I got to get on Steel Vengeance at some point tonight, but I just don't know if I'm going to have enough time. Oh, and we are super zoomed in. My goodness, I'm going to give it a 6 of 10. There were some areas of dead space, no pun intended, but as a whole, the scares that were there were really, really good, and I thought the vibe was fun. So for now, on to the next. The scare zones, y'all, are on another level. Oh my, see? Because here's what happens. So you see those lights. So we have those lights. You have, my goodness, you have lights. You have fog, so you can't really see that well either. And then, as you see, they will just go scooting right past you. Sparks will fly. It is cut like, see, look at them. They can't do it. My goodness. And they're everywhere. And they kind of blend in, and then they pop out of nowhere. Cutthroat Cove. I forgot. There's one over here. Okay. Cutthroat Cove is going to be next. Just so we're keeping our ranking correct, we have the Conjuring at number 1. And then right now, Bloodbath is going to be at number 2 because those are the only 2 that we have done. And now Cutthroat Cove, can you even see it? Where is it? Where is the sign? There we go. Cutthroat Cove is going to be next. Don't know what to expect. Maybe pirates? Yo-ho? Definitely pirates. Yeah, there it is. All right, let's go do it. Cutthroat Cove is like a walk-through zone. So this is like one of the areas that's like free and included. So basically, oh my goodness. So basically you walk through, and as you can see, we just saw some pirates. None of them resemble Daddy Jack, but here's the hoping. I'll let you know when I get out. So I'm not going to count this walkthrough as one of the houses because it is an included attraction. It's really, first of all, it's really long, and you get unbelievable views of Maverick. You're basically walking under it. You get views you typically don't get, but then also it's long. It's good. There's a lot of characters. I saw Davy Jones a few times. I'm really impressed. Just how long it is, the fact that it's included, anybody can do it, anybody can walk through. That was a fabulous scare zone. Now we're on to the next officially. It lets you out right by Cornstalkers. So Cornstalkers is coming up next, y'all. Okay, I think, the express wait is actually right here, so let's go. I have no idea how far back the standby queue goes. I mean, it goes far. The entrance is way over there, and we walked right up to the entrance to get in. Haunted Attractions Express Pass. If you can swing it, do it, because you'll be able to get through all of the houses with no issue whatsoever. But for now, Cornstalkers, see you after. Not a view that you get every day of Millennium Force, just gorgeous. And then, y'all, we need to talk about Cornstalkers. Look, not only is Cornstalkers terrifying, it is, just a heads up, it is claustrophobia inducing. It is very tight in there, and I'm just gonna say, brace and be ready, because you never know when something is gonna pop out at you. That was it was way better than the last time I did it. I understand why it's one of the most popular houses here, or attractions here. It is genuinely really scary. It is ranked number 2 right behind The Conjuring, but honestly, not by two. I mean, Conjuring is still ahead by a decent amount, but this was a phenomenal haunt experience this year. Unbelievable. I'm gonna give it, honestly, this is gonna get probably like a 9.1 out of 10. Really fantastic. On to the next. Blood on the Bayou is gonna be next. It is another free walkthrough, so this is included. It does not cost extra. I know it's gonna be on the land of previous attractions that have been here before, but I can tell I'm living for it. Oh my good, you just never know who you're gonna see here. Oh boy, all right, let's get off of this pathway before anything else can happen. Blood on the Bayou we go, here we go. Another really solid walkthrough. It's long too, really long. And the thing that I want to comment on is that the fact that there are still free things included with your time here for Halloweekends makes you really happy, because I know that that is a change from many years past. So to have inclusions like this that are free and are actually still really chillingly really, Jeremy? Chillingly scary, with some really good jump scares, really good theming, and our long experiences. Like, I think it's gonna be at least 8 to 10 minutes to walk through it. That makes me very happy to see. So far, this is a spectacular event. We have more haunts to get through, but I am beyond impressed with everything that I've experienced so far. But for now, we're gonna start making our way towards the front of the park where some more of the scares are, and we'll see what's up next. So there's a storm coming. I saw it earlier when we were getting on Siren's Curse, but it looked really far away, but you could see the lighting. I was like, oh, that's so pretty. But it's getting really close. So I don't know if it's actually gonna hit, or if it is just passing by and saying hello. But we have officially started the Speed Walk Sachet, because I really want to be able to get through all of the houses to get to experience it. So right over here is, I believe it's the Manor. So we are for sure going to get the Manor in, and then there's going to be another house over back by Gatekeeper. So let's at least knock those 2 out, and then we will assess from there. I believe there's another house over by Blue Streak. I'm not exactly sure, but I think we can do it. I really don't want to get wet, but okay, on to the next. The Haunting at Erie Estate is up next, and just like right on cue, oh, you can hardly see it. The fog just came out. I don't know what to expect. The express lane is right here, so we're gonna get right in right away. This is great because we don't have a lot of time. I just saw more lightning. Here we go, see you after. Haunting at Erie Estate, check. And I have to comment on a couple things. First of all, the scale of the house, it's beautiful. The decorations, the theming, I really enjoyed that. And I wasn't prepared for that. Second of all, I'm kind of taken aback at how long these houses are. I want to say I was in there for at least 5-6 minutes, and it just keeps going and going and going. And the scares that were there were really good scares. I'm not going to give anything really away, but there's a moment that with a grand piano that was my favorite part of the entire house. And that was a house that did feel a little light on the scare actor side, but the frights that were there were there. Whether it was me getting them or somebody in front of me or behind me getting them, I'm really impressed with everything that I have done so far. Just between the scale of everything, the actual frights, and how scary the houses actually are. And also, right before you go into this one, there's a counter. So they basically send a group in, and then the timer will start, and then 30 seconds after the timer, they will send the next group in. So the spacing, you aren't on top of each other, you're with your group. Haunt events have gotten so popular at the parks that the parks really don't have much of a choice but to send long lines, consistent lines of people through, and Cedar Point isn't doing that. And the fact that you still get to experience these houses in smaller groups, and you kind of get that more intimate feeling, it makes it all the more terrifying and all the more fun. Really impressed. This is by far my favorite so far. And right now, on to the next. So there's another house over here. I'm not exactly sure what it is called. Oh, they call this the Bone Walk over here. I love that. I'm not sure which house is over here, but there is a house. So when we get there, I'll let you know. See you there. We made it to midnight. I have no idea what to expect. There are gargoyles above the sign. Perhaps it's gargoyle related. Maybe Dracky Daddy is in here. Wrong franchise, wrong park, but you never know. So here we go, and it doesn't really look that crowded over here, so I really hope I don't have to go through alone. That would be awful. Anyway, midnight, up next. Here we go. Listen, from a concept perspective, this is one of my favorite houses. There was a scare that happened in there that I almost did not come back from. I am so glad. It was the one, it combined being scared from behind and a loud noise, and those two things result inevitably in a face plant of all sorts. Thankfully, the wall caught me, but I almost did not recover from that. Conceptually, this house is really beautiful. There's a lot happening. There were so many scare actors in there. Again, I've said this a million times already. I am so impressed. I think I'm gonna put this one at number... It's really tight. This might be interchangeable with Cornstalkers. I'm still putting Conjuring at 1, and then this and Cornstalkers, I don't know which one is gonna be my next favorite baby, but both of them are neck and neck. This was a phenomenal house, and I cannot believe that it's the shortest line right now. I'm guessing it's because it's so off the beaten path and so far back, but do not skip this house. Wow. Another great thing this year for families and the younger biscuits, they are going to have the Howlin' Hay Maze here. This is very family friendly, and you can see over the tops if you are a little bit on the taller side. But what I love about this event, in addition to just how terrifying a lot of these houses are and how good the theming is how family forward this is too. So it's not just about the frights. You have, like we saw earlier today, you have the treat trails. There are some character meets, some really fun character meets. You have the hay maze. So this is about as well-rounded of a haunt event as you can get. I think Six Flags has been doing a really good job with that, and now with the merger, I love seeing that here at Cedar Point. But between a lot of the haunts that you go to, it's one or the other. You have haunts like Dollywood that are completely family-friendly with no haunts and no frights whatsoever, or then you have like Halloween Horror Nights or Not Scary Farm that is all about the terror and the frights with not a lot of aspect for the family. Okay, yeah, so Val Raven said 15-minute wait. There's like no queue over here. I cannot believe, I think the storm scared a lot of people away. Why did I call it Gatekeeper Val Raven? My goodness. I think the impending storm scared a lot of people away, but I think it moved on. And the park feels, it's not empty by any means, but it feels very desolate. Speaking of, we're done. I thought that there were 2 additional things to do, whether it was like a scare zone or a house, but there's only the 6. So you have the 4 houses and then you have the 2 scare zones. So we flew through that, and thanks to the Express Pass, and again, thank you to Cedar Point for making that possible because it made things significantly easier. Were the lines for the haunts bad? They were not terrible. I'm gonna say the shortest was definitely midnight. That would have been no more than 5-10 minutes, but Cornstalkers was very long. The first house we did was also quite long. And then the Manor as well was decently long. I'm gonna say that those were all sitting between at least 30 to 45 minutes. Do you need the Express Pass per se? No, you don't. You can definitely get them done considering what time the houses start opening at, and there's only the 4. Did it help? And if you have the extra cash, why not? You might as well, especially if you want to do the houses again, because they're always going to be different depending on their staffing, depending on the location. So this is a great event to be able to knock out things relatively quickly, if that's the goal, but also if you're using Express, to be able to do them multiple times, if that's what you want to come here and do. Biscuits, we still have 90 minutes left, so here's what I think I'm going to do. I really want to get on Siren's Curse again. It is so good as a night ride, and then I think I'm going to get on Top Thrill 2 again, too. And who knows, maybe we'll go through some of the houses. I have a very long day tomorrow, so after the rides, I might call it, but we'll see. Siren's Curse for sure, up next. Sirens might be the best night ride I've ever been on. It's everything! Between the onboard audio is still the best. The experience is beyond enhanced at night. It's so eerie and creepy, but also kind of beautiful. and the ride is running spectacularly. It's almost too perfect with how smooth and how comfortable it is. It is almost too perfect. I love this attraction. I've only really started to love it more every time I get on it. It is just, you have to ride it at night. And during Halloweekends, with how late the event goes, you will have no issues doing that unless the weather is bad. Sometimes the weather gets really, really bad, but make this a very high priority. You gotta get on Siren's Curse at night. One of the best night rides that's ever been created. Unbelievable. On to the next. And there really is no more of a fitting way than to end our night back on Top Thrill 2. Look, Top Thrill 2 and Siren's Curse are two of my favorites. Yes, I could have gone on Steel Vengeance. Yes, I could have gone on Maverick, and they respectively in their own right are two of the best roller coasters that have ever been created. But there's just something about, I mean, Maverick Night Ride, incredible. I bet Steel Vengeance is actually hauling right now, so that might be kind of a miss on my end. But you know what, we're just gonna have to come back. My heart is saying Top Thrill 2, so we're gonna do Top Thrill 2. So you know the drill. Into the locker you go. Hopefully the express lane isn't too bad, and we'll be able to get through this relatively quickly. And then we will wrap up. Yeah! And then we will wrap up with some final thoughts. I'll see you in a bit. Biscuits, I was just able to get 2 more rides in on Dragster, and after these last 2 rides, they were more towards the back. One of the rides was in the back row. This might be my number 1. The back row is that insane. From the launch backwards, going all the way up the 400-foot spike, get 101 miles an hour, to the way that you're getting hurled over the top. You are out of your seat. You are turning so fast. It is wild. It is so intense. It is so much fun. And I don't know. I think that this might take over for my number 1 ride again. I don't know. But speaking of, we got to get to it because I only have 4% left on my DJI. I got to finish up the video. Biscuits, mark my words now that this is going to go down as one of the best fun events of the season. I'm blown away. I know I've said that 15,000 times already, but it's true. I'm blown away. And I just, between the scale, the level of detail, and the fact that it's both family friendly and scare friendly for the scare enthusiasts that are really looking to be terrified, kudos to Cedar Point for putting on such an unbelievable event this year, and I know that this is only going to lead to bigger and better Halloweekends going forward into the future. I am so impressed. Starting with the 2 scare zones, Cutthroat Cove is going to be the better of the 2 scare zones. Though both were great, I still can't believe how long they were, but they had good scares in them, really nice theming, the costuming was fantastic, some cool effects. So for those to be included with your price of admission is fantastic, and I really appreciate Cedar Point for doing that, especially for people that may not be able to afford to pay the extra to get to experience the houses. Now let's get to the houses. Starting at the bottom, we are going to put blood. Oh, I just also have to preface this with all of the houses were good. All of them. So it's basically like ranking from like the least favorite best to the best best. We're starting with Bloodbath. Is going to be coming in that last place spot. That's the spot. Love that for me. I gotta go to sleep. Coming in after Bloodbath is going to be Eerie Estate. Coming in after that is going to be Midnight. I really struggled with this one because I really liked Midnight so much, but then you cannot. I had to put Cornstalkers at number 2 just because it was so terrifying from a claustrophobic perspective, and then just how the air actors were hiding and scaring you. It was really terrifying. And then number 1, without a doubt, is going to be The Conjuring. This is an event that's not to be missed. No! My DJI died right at the end, and I have none of my batteries! I don't have time to get into that. I forgot everything at home in Chicago. It is a miracle that I made it this far without everything losing power. My goodness. What was I saying? Now, it literally happened 2 seconds ago, and I can't even remember. Oh my goodness. All I was saying is The Conjuring, worth every bit of the hype. I cannot wait to come back. And it is, to date, the best haunt I've ever experienced in any park. And if this is going to be the continued movement forward for haunts, whether that's at the Six Flags chains and elsewhere, get ready, because the haunt events are only going to get bigger and better, and I love to see it. Once again, thank you so much, Cedar Point, for having me out. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for inviting me to this event. And Biscuit, if you're still here, hi. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. You are a real one for staying all the way through the crowd show. And one last reminder that if you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications so every time I post a video, you can come and slay with me. And as always, I'm Jeremy, but you can call me Jaredell. And as always, I will see you in the parks. Bye.